Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Moose bringing you another news segment with Games Revealed. We've got some pretty spicy stuff, starting with some movie news that might sound a little odd, but we're jumping into it because it is game related. Dave Bautista turns down a Fast and the Furious role in order to pitch a Gears of War movie. He's always wanted to play Marcus Phoenix. Hopefully he was successful in this pitch, because honestly I would love to see a Gears of War movie up on the silver screen, and I think he would kill it. Honestly, he would kill it in any role. Female role, male role, doesn't even matter. Dave Bautista is going to kill it in a Gears role, plain and simple. Now let's go ahead and jump down into some actual game news. This one's pretty exciting. Sony announced that they are working on 25 new games for the PS5, and half of those are said to be new franchises. I don't know what they're going to pull out, but the PS5 is such a nice piece of hardware. I'm really excited to see what they actually deliver with these new franchises, and I'm just hoping half of them catch my excitement. But realistically, I bet every single one of them are going to be pretty interesting in their own. There are 3 announced out of those 25 that we do know what they are. Everything else still seems to be a mystery to this point, but the 3 announced games are Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Horizon Forbidden West, and God of War Ragnarok. This has been the best God of War entry into the franchise, this whole new jump, and I'm excited to see where they go with it. Now, not to be left in the dust or anything, but Nintendo also announces many new games coming this year. They don't want to be left in the dust behind Sony or Xbox. Everybody knows that they're currently kind of taking up a lot of the media headspace, but don't forget about Nintendo. They're a little powerhouse, and boy howdy are they going to surprise us with some of the new games that they pump out. Now, while nothing is known about those many new games, we can imagine some of them are going to be good. Next up on the news here is Monster Hunter World passes 17 million sales, and it's not gonna stop, and it's never gonna stop. Monster Hunter World has been such a great game, especially for the Monster Hunter loyalists out there, because I, for one, have been playing since the Nintendo handhelds, the DS's, moving on to the Sony PSP, and then dreaming it would come out onto the PS Vita, and it never did. But Monster Hunter World, honestly, the best Monster Hunter, and I haven't played Rise yet, but it's catching up with 5 million in sales. So pretty good, honestly, seeing as Monster Hunter World has been out for as long as it has, and only Rise has just hit. But you couldn't get a better way to play some Monster Hunter, and on the Switch, just such the best way to play that freaking game. Moving on to this year, we have some E3 announcements. E3 2021 online portal and app has been revealed. If you're excited for this, which you should be, I mean, maybe, we're going to see what actually happens with this whole virtual E3 thing. But there's just a little snippet I'd like to read from their announcements. It says, opening next month, the online portal and app will allow users to visit virtual booths for each exhibitor, which will feature videos, written articles, and special events. These will be the locations to find key announcements and game information from each publisher. The portal and app will allow visitors to watch hosted events and video conferences, as well as discuss the announcements and new reveals with others on the E3 2021 forums. Each user will have their own customizable profile and avatar, and can get their names on leaderboards, which will track gamified interactions from attendees across the show. So a really neat way to see that they're going to try and bring some interactivity. Obviously, that's what's going to be missing from this virtual show, but they really want to make it feel like you're there and be COVID safe and restricted. So honestly, I'm pretty interested to see what's going to happen here, especially with it being a free to join event. Honestly, they couldn't have done it any other way, and thank goodness they didn't. But with the E3, are you excited? And if you're excited, I have nothing to do with this website other than I saw that they were running a poll. It's on Nintendo Life, and they're running basically, are you excited for E3? Normally, I don't really care about polls, but for this one, I'd honestly be curious to see what the results are. Are you curious, or are you excited for E3 2021 with this virtual show? Let us know, or let everyone know over on Nintendo Life, because they're currently running a poll, as I'm sure other people are. But go there, because that's the one I'm going to check out to see the results, and I want to see what you say. Next up, Destiny 2. This one kind of was a mess up, man. This one blew my mind a little bit, but it was awesome how they recovered from it. Destiny 2 crossplay accidentally was enabled months ahead of schedule, and you can access it right now, or at least by the time of the posting, which was earlier this week. I believe they shut off access to it around yesterday, possibly even Wednesday. But rather than completely just shut everything down, remove the feature, and fix the issue which allowed it to even leak in the first place, developers announced that they would, obviously it wasn't the full feature, but they were going to leave it live for the time being until they figured out the fix and got it ready to be put into place, and allowed everyone to see what it was like to access that crossplay feature. So if you got a chance to experience that, let us know. Was it worth it? Is it good? Is Destiny even still good? I haven't played Destiny since the Gjallarhorn. No, that's a lie. I played Destiny 2. Didn't they bring the Gjallarhorn back? Let me know in the comments. Because honestly, Destiny's just not that fun for me anymore. Give me a reason. Spark some interest. Next up, the PSVR. Finally, we got some new information on this bad boy, and reportedly means it's coming from an unknown source, but per the quote, it was a reliable source. So we can take that with as much grain of salt as we want, but it does sound like these are actual features that are going to be on the PSVR 2. Reportedly, the features are going to include a 4K display, eye tracking, and haptic feedback. Obviously, we're going to get some type of haptic feedback. Sony loves their haptic feedback. And quite frankly, it's beautiful on the PS5. That controller is a game changer for controllers. I have yet to experience the Xbox controller, which I'm sure it is fantastic. Homage back to the Duke original. Best controller there ever was. But honestly, they kill it with their haptics. So exciting to see what they're going to do with this PSVR 2. In other PSVR news, Sony patent news, is just a little sidebar. We know they're doing some odd stuff, right? They filed a patent to make anything a controller, and they even had a banana as one of the controllers, right? So another patent that they filed recently found depicts technology that would let spectators mess with players while they are inside virtual reality. So talk about a mind F, having other people mess with you in a game like, I don't know, Resident Evil 7, Phasmophobia, and then your spectators are jacking with you in that mode. Honestly, that'll probably make me watch Twitch again. Next up, I'm pretty excited about this, and I know my kids are. Minecraft How to Train Your Dragon DLC. Oh, I love dragons. And that seriously, that's one of my favorite Pixar shows. I'm pretty sure it's Pixar. It's one of those shows, but I really like the How to Train Your Dragon series, and they just really kill it with that, with the voice acting and everything. Love it. And, who couldn't get you interested other than that Gerard Butler's sexy voice? And I know he's dead. Not Gerard Butler literally, the character dad, currently no longer. Doesn't matter. Download the DLC, enjoy the shit out of it, and let me know what you think in the comments. And again, Gerard Butler's not dead. Gosh, that could have been real bad. Please, Gerard, don't sue me. I'm sorry. Anyway, next up, and this one's a big boy. Woo! Roblox Game Maker opens the biggest developer studio ever. I don't know if it's ever, but it's a very big studio, and they've got quite a lot of staff. I believe it was 40 staff that they hired for this bad boy, and their name is Uplift Games, and I believe that is definitely central to the heart of this developer, and definitely in the development aspect of creating these games. They want it to be a place where it's away from all of that gamer crunch and developer crunch and all of that jazz. Honestly, we've heard it all before. We'll see if it's actually true, but I think if anyone can actually pull this off, I think Roblox can do it, and with a name like Uplift Games, they better pull it off. So pretty awesome. Gonna be incredible to see what type of games we get out of them and see what comes forward. Next up, and this one is really, oh man, this one kind of hurts my soul because I like pirate stuff. I'm a fan, and I've been watching this low-key because holy hell, a man can wait for only so long. Skull and Bones delayed yet again to 2022 to possibly 2023. Holy crap. This game was announced in 2017 E3 with a release date for 2018. Excuse me. It's been delayed since 2019, 2020, 2021 with a possible release of 2022 and 2023. We'll see. Honestly, I expect 2024 at this point, but we'll see in 2025 when we talk about the next delay. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. Are you excited? I don't know. At this point, it kind of just, I'm kind of losing interest. Last but not least, here are some quick little tidbits before I bid you adieu and hope you have a great weekend. Resident Evil 8 released, obviously, and holy crap, do people love the Duke. Tall lady vampire, she's done. Old news, bad hat. Not the right sayings, but everyone's falling in love with the Duke. And honestly, I didn't know how I was going to feel about him because Resident Evil 4 just set the standard so damn high. But boy, I am thinking they killed it with this Resident Evil 8. And not only that, the touchings of the Resident Evil 4 in there, it's beautiful. And the Duke, oh, what a beautiful man. What a beautiful man. Anyway, killing it. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out yet. It has released, and honestly, 3 million shipped so far, and that was as of like 2 days ago when I put that note in there. Next up, Mass Effect Legendary Edition won't be on Game Pass, just EA Play Pro. If you do snag it on EA Play Pro, there's a 10% discount. But if you are looking to get it on Game Pass, you are going to be sorely mistaken. Sorry, Xbox guys and girls and people. Last but not least, Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade exclusive to PS5 for 6 months minimum. So they get exclusive rights for 6 months on the PS5. Gosh dang it. I mean, Resident Evil's great. Final Fantasy isn't that good, but boy, howdy, when you've got the rights, the exclusive rights to it, it almost makes you forget about the Elder Scrolls and all the other great franchises that Microsoft got. Son of a bitch. And we got Final Fantasy? I regret everything. I might be switching to Xbox this weekend. But that's all I've got for you, everybody. Hopefully you found something useful in that bit of information for this week's news segment. Sorry for the stutter. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for jumping into this, and we'll see you next week. Enjoy.